Hey friends, welcome back to TransMath 2 Virtual. We are skipping ahead to lesson 13 today, and we're going to be reviewing everything we've learned so far with comparing multiplication and division of fractions. Let's dive in. So we're going to review the procedures we learned again for multiplying and dividing fractions, and we will start with a multiplication problem. Remember, when multiplying fractions, you just have to multiply across the numerator and the denominator. 3 times 2 gives us 6, and 4 times 3 gives us 12. We look to see if the answer is in simplest form. It's not. We can simplify it further by factoring out the 6 from the numerator and the denominator. 6 is the greatest common factor of 6 and 12. We pull out a 6 from the numerator and the denominator. We know that 1/2 will complete this statement since 1 times 6 is 6 and 2 times 6 is 12. The simplified answer is 1/2. In this example, we multiplied and simplified our answer using the GCF. In the next example, we will use the commutative property to help us simplify the answer. First, we multiply across. We see that there's a 3 in the numerator and a 3 in the denominator. Using the commutative property, we can change the order of numbers in the denominator from 4 times 3 to 3 times 4. This creates the fraction 3/3. Now we can break apart the fractions. 3/3 is the same as 1. So 1 times 2/4 equals 2/4. The fraction still needs to be simplified. The GCF of 2 and 4 is 2. So we will pull out a 2 from both the numerator and the denominator. This leaves us with 1 times 1/2. The simplified answer is 1/2. Now we'll divide and simplify the answer. Here's our first problem, 3/4 divided by 5/6. Remember that we invert or we flip the second fraction and then we multiply. So we're going to change 5/6 to 6/5. We change the division symbol to a multiplication symbol. Then we multiply across. The product is 18 out of 20. We need to simplify this answer. What is the GCF of 18 and 20? So we know we can factor out a 2 because they are both even numbers. We simplify by pulling out the 2. 9/10 completes the problem because 9 times 2 is 18 and 10 times 2 is 20, which is our original answer. Because 2 out of 2 equals 1, we now have 1 times 9/10, which is just 9/10. Let's look at a problem. There are some common mistakes we can make when we multiply or divide fractions. One student says to multiply 3/5 by 3/6, we need to invert the second fraction and multiply across. The product is 18 out of 15. The answer is not correct. Do you know why? Remember, when we multiply fractions, we multiply straight across. You don't have to flip anything or change anything, you just multiply. The product, or the answer that's correct, is 9 out of 30. Remember, when we multiply two fractions, the product is less than the original fractions. The size of the answer can help us check our answer. Simplifying our answer can help us compare to the original fractions. We see that we have a GCF of 3. We pull out the GCF. 3/3 is equal to 1. So we have 1 times 3/10. Our simplified answer is 3/10. Here's what the numbers look like when they're located on the number line. We can see that 18 out of 15 is greater than 1. This answer would not make sense. When we're taking a fraction of another fraction, the answer will not be greater than 1. The answer that we got that was correct was 3/10. 3/10 is closer to 0 than to 1. This makes much more sense with our original problem. Let's look at another division problem. Suppose we solve this problem using multiplication. We multiply straight across and get a product of 4 out of 25. The answer is incorrect. This answer is very small. When we divide fractions, the answer should be greater than the original fractions. Let's compare this answer to the actual answer. When we invert the second fraction and multiply straight across, this gives us a product of 20 over 5. This is the correct answer. Now we can simplify. We pull out 5 of GCF and then change 5/5 into 1. Now we have 1 times 4 over 1, or 4. The answer 4 tells us that there are 4 groups of 1/5 in 4 out of 5. Let's look at this on a number line. We see the answer 4 on the number line. This makes sense when we ask ourselves, how many fifths are there in 4/5? The answer is 4. The answer 4 out of 25 does not make sense because it's too small. Thanks for tuning into our newest lesson today, guys. This should have been a review for you, so make sure you complete the Schoology pages and make sure you're looking at the feedback that I'm sending you if you're getting some of these problems wrong. Please let me know if you have any questions, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks, guys.